It's just a dream come true for all of them to just keep growing hockey in South America and the Caribbean and give the players down there an opportunity to showcase their talents here in North America. There is hockey in Latin America, and they have the passion that we all have here in North America for this game.
One, two, three, go now!
We can do this. This is our game.
Only one time can you make history. It's right now.
Have fun. Remember these moments.
My cousin called me one day and he told me, "Did you know the University of Miami has a hockey team?" I'm like, "Stop lying." They brought in a new coach, Wayne Whitmore, and I ran into him behind the net one day in front of the locker room.
He told me he was a huge UM fan, told me how him and his son Chris enjoyed coming and watching our team play throughout the season, and he said,
"If you ever need anything, please let me know."
So I looked him dead in the eyes and I said, "I need a general manager."
I'm like, I had no experience. I've been in the pharmaceutical industry my whole life.
He came on board. He's never done that before, but he did a phenomenal job.
We've worked together growing the University of Miami hockey program. That's what really got me involved in the actual operations of hockey. About 3.5 years ago, I found out that Colombia had a hockey team. I was completely excited to see that they had roller hockey. Jerseys completely got me hooked to it. It's the flag of Colombia.
Loves his heritage, loves his Colombian background. He approached me and said, "Do you know that Colombia has a hockey team?" I said, "Get out of town, that's fantastic."
And I reached out to them and I told them that I was going to be traveling there, that I would like to meet with them.
He came back from that and he said, you wouldn't believe what I saw. You wouldn't believe the passion they have for hockey down in Bogota.
Sometime in April, I received an email from Colombia asking if I can put together a training camp for their players before the Pan American tournament in 2017. And I'm like, wow, never done that before, but let's go.
By happenstance, I happened to just run into Wayne on a flight. We just random connections coming down to South Florida and introduced this concept and idea. And at the time, I said, if you can bring the teams, we'll open our doors to whatever we can provide.
So we organized a camp. They all came to South Florida for the week before their Pan American tournament.
Big difference between roller and transitioning to ice hockey, your stops and the turns. By the third practice, they had it down pat. The appreciation, the love for the game that they showed, the passion that they showed, made me think more of how I can help, how I can give these guys an opportunity to show their talent.
Carlos and I flew to Mexico City. We watched the Pan American tournament, and I said, we need to do this tournament in South Florida.
South Florida is a gateway to Latin America. There's communities of all of the teams that are participating in South Florida in fairly large numbers. So I said this would be a great place, and we would have the support of the Florida Panthers.
That was the message we shared with the countries at the tournament in 2017, really give you guys a bigger stage to play on.
Hockey is alive and well in these countries. That's kind of how we came together. Whatever resources the Florida Panthers could provide, communications, the PR department, spreading the word, getting out in the news channels. There is a lot of people watching this sport and want to play this sport. During the Panthers practice, Keith Yandel and Vincent Trocheck had an opportunity to meet some of the players and interact with them. Listening to Keith and Trocheck talk about their excitement to on the ice and increasing their level of play to play in front of these fans, it was just really cool to hear.
Hearing about ice in Jamaica and Brazil, it's kind of crazy to think about, but it's awesome to think that hockey's grown so much. We were surprised how good they actually were. And there was some really good players, a lot of enthusiasm in the crowd, so it was fun to watch. Took some pictures with them and trying to kind of welcome them here and let them know that they can have this as a home and hopefully they feel comfortable.
We're hoping that with our visions aligned, we can help increase the number of fans watching the sport, help grow the game.
We really enjoy having everybody here and getting to see people from all over the place. Our organization from the top down is all about grassroots, the community, giving back and growing the game at that level. I think sometimes hockey is looked at from the outside in, that it's in a bubble and maybe it's more of an exclusive sport, but we're really not. We're always trying to break down that barrier and make sure everyone knows that the sport of hockey is a very inclusive one, and we truly mean it deep down.
To see what Juan Carlos has done and to see his passion that he has for not only hockey, but for the Latin American countries and cultures. He does everything, and he does it while he's also a full-time father and husband, and he does all of this on his own time, and he does a great job of it.
I knew that the community would get behind it knowing that their country is here. They may not know the sport, but they're very passionate about any team from their country. And anytime they have an opportunity to bring out their flag and cheer for their country, they're going to do it.